Hello.
Hi.
Let's see if we can get a
There you go. That's better.
okie dokie.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
You look like you have a very organized office like Dory does.
I think Dory's probably more organized than me.
I think she's more organized than most people.
I'm sure she is. I want to just pull my stuff off. I was looking at it earlier. Oh, goodness. Here it is. Great. Nice to meet you. So, Dory,
Dory class then, hey? Tell me the story.
she just said that she's doing some great work with you, and I am just interested in staying focused and getting organized and getting some things launched. As you can tell, this is not my first rodeo. So
Yes. You've been in business as long as I have.
Yeah.
And you're making a difference in a lot of people's lives, so that's awesome.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I was
So who would be your ideal client if I was to ask?
That's an interesting question. When it comes to this vision of a teaching and training platform, it would be counselors and coaches that really want to use the Enneagram in their practice, because that was a game changer for me. When I was introduced to the Enneagram 20 years ago, it changed all of the work that I did. And we all get introduced to new kinds of things in our careers. I've never gotten tired of it. I've been hungry to learn more about it. It's one of those things where the more I know, the more I don't know. It's the best kind of teaching I've ever been exposed to in my life.
Wow, that says a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you do much private client work with individuals as well?
Well, that's what I have done most of my career. This next year I'll have been in practice 40 years. And so I had an agency for a long time, actually 3 locations of an agency, and the state of Arizona helped fund a big part of my practice because I went to the state legislature and fought for people who were impacted by problem gambling to get the kind of help that problem gamblers got. Now, I don't know whether you're from Australia or you're from the
British.
UK. So either way, gambling's a problem.
Oh, yeah.
And gambling is really different than substance abuse, and gambling implicates family members. So as a result of fighting that battle, the state of Arizona was probably either the first or one of the first states that funded help for the family members of problem gamblers. And so I got a large part of the funding, and it was wildly successful. So although I treated individuals and families and people impacted by problem gambling, because I was such a pioneer in the field, I did teaching and training around the globe, even in the UK, as a result of doing that. Awesome. So I have always had teaching, training, and keeping my finger in the pie with doing work with individuals and families as part of it. What's happened is I've gotten older and I lost my state funding due to a series of crazy things. And unfinished personal business, got involved with a compulsive gambler who was not gambling but took advantage of my business, and I lost my business as a result of that. As a result of all of that, I've still taught and trained and things like that, but I really need to now work smarter and not harder. I figure I'm very, very healthy. I probably have 20 years of practice. Mm-hmm. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
And so I want to teach people how to fish.
Get them fish dinner.
Yes. And teach, train, and I think that's the smartest thing. And at the same time, I would not be honest if I didn't say that I don't want to do at least some group work or work with couples and families, because I've written publications, and that's kind of. Do you know the Enneagram at all?
Do you know, Dory told me about it, and we worked. She worked me through it a little bit, and it seemed incredible. And to be honest, she gave me. Let's just make sure I'm talking about the same thing, because I could be completely out to lunch. Just give me a second.
Yes.
have the cards, I have everything.
Yes. Have you
So,
taken the test?
so I know I have a copy of it that she gave me. She went through it with Debbie and I when we were visiting with her, and we were doing a VIP day together. So intuitively, I went, wow, this is powerful stuff. And she swears by it, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So a little bit.
Yeah. Well, it's ancient. It's been around for the roots and the origins are, so all these ancient wisdom traditions that are coming back now.
Yes.
And being integrated in a lot of other behavioral and mental health and coaching and stuff like that. I mean, if it's been around for thousands of years.
Why fix what's not broken, right?
Right.
Wow. So predominantly today, how do people, other than referral from people that already know you, how do you get found?
Well, I hired a virtual assistant, and because I am not tech savvy or a social media guru, I've been providing her with the information to help Facebook, LinkedIn, and creating a new form of a newsletter. And I'm going to be doing I've done a lot of, in fact, I have a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I just did these YouTube videos because I traded for a young kid that needed some help. And we did, I think, 6 YouTube videos, and we have 1,000 hits and 100 followers without doing anything.
Okay.
So now we're taking clips, little pieces of those YouTube videos, and I'm adding Enneagram pearls of wisdom, and we're trying to just throw them out there and see what happens.
Nice.
And I have an Instagram account for the first time ever.
So I'm going to share my screen just to walk you through a couple of things that I noticed. Okay, you can see my screen, yeah?
Yeah.
So the first thing that, for me, when I get to this website, I'm seeing a stock photograph, and another stock photograph, and another stock photograph. And honestly, these could be on anybody's website on the planet.
That's true.
It doesn't give me a connection to you. So that's the first thing I would say is that, I mean, these pictures are okay, but this one here actually still has a watermark on it. So that one's actually being used illegally at this point. Can you see? So we need to change that because you could get a fine for that.
Okay.
And realistically, does it tell me who you are? No, it doesn't, because this is like above the fold. And the first thing is a licensed and certified professional. That's all that Google's reading. It's like, okay. Then there's your name and 9 paths to success. Still doesn't tell me what you do. So those first couple of lines, click here to edit title. I mean, I don't know how old, is this site in development or?
Well, I think my VA is we're trying to change some things to Weebly. I didn't know it said click here. I don't think that is supposed to be in the edit.
Well, I'm sure it isn't.
Yeah.
So, you know, I looked down the site. I mean, obviously we've got all of this huge white space on the desktop. I've got a big screen. And when I look at it on mobile, I mean, it's got a green box behind it. I mean, it's okay, but it's not very attractive on the eye. And then when I go deeper, I mean, the Facebook link is broken. That just goes to a generic Facebook page. The Pinterest comes up, and there is an Enneagram box here, but the rest of the boxes, I'm not quite sure how they relate. And then the Twitter account comes up, but I don't really think you use Twitter very much.
Nope.
Given like one post in June, one post in August. But that's the only links that I have from the website to know about you. And then when I found you on Facebook as a personal account, it says that you worked at ABC Wellness Center, but that page doesn't exist. So at this point, I'm really struggling to be able to find you easily based on what you're giving me at this point, if you see what I mean.
Yes, I do.
So that's my first. I mean, I found you on LinkedIn, and I sent you, and your LinkedIn profile, honestly, it looks very, very good. Whoever's doing that for you, I think it's excellent from what I can see. I mean, I haven't gone super deep, but it's a number of articles. You got nearly 2,000 people following you on LinkedIn. I mean, this is a big deal. But where I look at it, it says you don't have a job title. It just says partnering with you in wellness and healing. That's so bland. I mean, I don't know if you're a naturopath, a shaman. I mean, you could be anything at this point. So this is what I'm saying, is that if I was to try and find you easily, I wouldn't have a clue what you did. And also, I couldn't find your Instagram and I couldn't find your LinkedIn or your Facebook from your website because there's no links. So for a start off, there's a lot that we could do to make you very connected. And then I'll give you a sneak peek because Dory's site is not live yet. I don't know how well you know Dory. I love her enormously, but I would love for her to, she is taking action, but she's had a lot going on with her dad and Michael traveling and the flood and everything. But let me give you an idea of what I'm talking about. So I'll give you a sneak preview. This is Dory's website.
Mm-hmm.
So straight away, you see how I'm filling the whole screen?
Yeah.
It's a beautiful picture that totally engages at a soul level. And then lead, work, live, and love while being your best self. Mentorship coaching to help leaders connect with and ignite what's most important. I mean, right there, I'm starting to get a feel of like, I'd like to know more about this. She's got a download to her book. And then suddenly, here she is in her office, looking super efficient and ready to go. You know, and here's some tools. I mean, the site's not finished yet, but here's some tools that we're going to go to. And we have some stock pictures too. Here's where I come from. And then I'm getting in touch with Dory again. Dory. And all of these links work, you know? And if I go to the About Dory page, again, photographs, story, pictures, imagery. You know, can you see how you're getting Dory straight away?
Yes.
And then, you know, if I go to About Renee, I'm just getting a ton of text and white space.
Uh-huh.
So if you look at that and then look at this, can you see where this is going?
I see a lot more personalization. I still see white space, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. The site's not finished yet. But if you go to any of the pages, normally they're full. I mean, so this site's not finished being built yet. It's close.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Work With Me page it's just very personalized. There's lots about what she does, how to work with her, the courage to look within, ready to sign up. So just like for like, if I was looking for you, knowing what you do, I don't think I would find you, and I don't think I would work with you because that core messaging and that connection piece has a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
Just being honest, because I want to help you as best. And I'm recording this, and I'll give you a copy of the recording so you can action this. So that's my first takeaway. Is like, I really don't know who Renee is. And when I get to the website, because I'm seeing some stock pictures and obviously a watermark and a wrong title, it's like, we have 0.3 of a second mentally to decide when we arrive on a website if we're in the right place or not. And looking at what you have current, I'm not saying it's not fixable. In fact, it's very fixable. And I think you have a great story to do. It's not coming across.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So because of that, I don't know who you are or what you do, and therefore, how could I hire you?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas it sounds like you have amazing experience and amazing stories and amazing successes, but maybe you're the internet's best kept secret. Maybe you're super well known in Arizona. I don't know yet.
Mm-hmm.
So my challenge would be, how do we sit down? How do we look at all the pieces on the table? How do we get all of these cards together, put them in an order, and then retell that story web page by web page, blog post by blog post, that really gets people to like, oh my gosh. I mean, my wife has a good friend who is a complete gambling addict. She has blown through over $600,000 that she admits to. She's banned from every single casino that she can walk into. She's on the do not let me in list.
Mm-hmm.
And they can't even go on cruises because there's casinos on cruise ships. They can't go to Vegas because she could just slip into. She's 100% acknowledging her issue, but at the same time, she cannot resist.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and her husband's dead. She got a large settlement from his life insurance, gone. Her mother-in-law has since passed. She got over $500,000 settlement, gone. Nothing to show for it. Still got a mortgage. She's 62. I mean, she's not in the prime of her life. She's had quadruple bypass surgery. She's diabetic, and she's still gambling.
Mm.
I mean, I know that there are people that so need what you do. And maybe she needs an intervention for her son and her friends to come around her and fix it once and for all. I'm not sure. I don't know. It's not my exceptional skill set to know how these things are treated, but I'm very aware of the issue, just in one small instance alone.
Mm-hmm.
And then that I mean, you said substance abuse, but there's also eating and pornography and all the other pieces that people are, are their go-to stress buster. I mean, I think you could be making a fortune and changing the world with the right message, with the right strategy. And blessings to you for hiring a VA and recognizing, that this is an alien technology and you need some help. That's awesome. I'm 53. I'm not the youngest guy in the block. I had to learn this. I happen to be one of these change adapters that, the more things change, the more I actually enjoy the adapting to it, because it's just the way I'm wired. But I know for most people, they hate it. And if they could have somebody else do it and do it well for them, awesome. But what I find is that those people need leading, and they need to be given direction to be able to do what you need them to do. And I think together we could be dangerous. I think we could have a lot of fun and come up with that core message. Because that's what Dory came to me. She'd been in a mastermind. She knew what her story was. She knew what she was offering, but she couldn't express it online in such a way that someone would hire without having to physically meet her in a coffee shop and then talk about what that would look like. Mm-hmm. So I know you're not smiling as much as you are.
Yeah, well, I'm here. I'm taking it in. Yeah.
But that's the reality of the internet today. I mean, we have less than a second to make the right impression.
Right.
So that first image, that color, that perspective, that wow factor, that keyword that Google's looking for, all have to be in place for the conversion process to start. Mm-hmm. And it's exceptionally doable. And I think we have all the material, but we're not packaged in such a way for 2018, 2019. Mm-hmm. I think in 2008, that would have worked really quite well because people were used to that. And it seems to be that most websites that I work with are either 2008 or 2018. There's really nothing changed. People either didn't change or they're hyper changing, but there was no like giraffes with half long necks, in the middle in the evolution. There is no giraffe with a short neck. So take that one, Mr. Darwin. But it's the same with websites. They're either really bad or they're amazing, but there's very few quite goods.
So what exactly do you do?
Well, that's a great question. I like to define myself as a digital storyteller. So what I have a gift of doing is be able to get into my client's DNA from a marketing perspective, truly understand who they are, truly understand how they teach, and then translate that into a digital strategy, which starts with a website or a landing page. And then from the ripple effect, we pick the platforms that we want to really get found on. So for you, LinkedIn for sure, Instagram to a part, Facebook to a part, Twitter maybe. And once we know where our primary ripple effect is going to go out from, then we maximize that platform with the right images, the right messaging, the right graphics, the right video, so that we leverage each one of those 3 platforms in a certain pecking order. And then I work with you to continually create content around the blog and the video. So they call the video blog now a vlog, VLOG. So we do a lot of work around, it could be Facebook Live, it could be Instagram Live, it could be what they call Instagram stories, which just go out on a daily basis now. And you could use many, many different pieces of material around that. But prior to that, we also have to decide who is our message for. Is it for the general public? Is it for couples? Is it for groups? Or is it for other coaches? And or maybe it's both. Maybe we have a 2-tier strategy.
Well, that's been part of the dilemma in terms of kind of just taking a focus. One of the things that I have come to a much clearer understanding is that this idea of trying and having a bunch of licenses and certifications is wonderful in terms of accumulating information, but it has absolutely very little effect. In fact, it could have a hampering effect when the range or the message is so large and the focus is so large that you're really not speaking to a particular group. And I have had a a hard time thinking, well, I'm launching a series of 10 events. I have a venue, I have dates with live streaming capacity at this venue for 2019. They're already scheduled, and the topics are not quite all put together, but yeah,
Yep.
I certainly have the content.
Yep.
So I want to do that because that seems to be about working smarter and not harder.
Definitely.
I don't want to lose the notion that I'm really approachable, especially I want to be able to do some groups.
Yes.
I love group work. I've been a group facilitator for a long time. So this idea, that's also a way of working smarter, not harder, and maybe even doing groups with couples. There's no reason that you can't have couples groups and have people sign up where I can keep my fingers in the pie of doing counseling and coaching issues with couples.
Yeah.
So coming up with a message or delivering something that's more focused around what I want to do has not been easy. I've been thinking about this for 2 years.
Yeah, and it's very difficult to do it for yourself. It's much easier for someone who really knows what they're doing and is objective to be able to come in, ask the right questions. Like, you already sent me a form, so I already got a good baseline of where we were going to go with this before we had the call, because I wanted to pre-qualify, how I could best help you and do my research. And even though I read what you said, as I say, when I go to look at what I can find, there's obviously a big disconnect. So just giving you an example, this is a different site from a different client. So this is Dr. Sarah Reif-Hecking. She has a PhD in psychology. First of all, because she's a psychologist, can you see this privacy policy that's popping up?
Yes.
People are super conscious now about privacy. So we automatically have this, it'll pop up on Dories when it's live, that people know that the privacy policy is here, they can read it, and they know that if by filling in a form, that form is safe. The other piece too is you can see here, the website is HTTPS up here.
Uh-huh.
So what that means is this is on a secure server, whereas if I look at yours, okay, nope, you're right, you're HTTPS, that's great, that's awesome. Okay, that's good. So then here's Sarah. She got a cell phone in her hand. The message is, are you tired of struggling to get it all done? Stop struggling with your time, create space for the things you really want to do, and start now. There's an action. Here's a giveaway, 5 steps to bust procrastination and overwhelm. You get this free book by just filling in this box. It comes directly by return. And then get a grip on your time. And then the 3 programs that she has, a video that you can watch about her, and then, who's Sarah? This is Sarah. And her events are all coming up literally on our website right here. I'm actually speaking at this event in Boston with her. And nice and clean, nice and crisp. If I want to go to work with Sarah, I can go to that page, and there's a group program that she does. There's a VIP, there's a boot camp, there's a live events, all these different things, super easy to get to. And again, there she is again, there's a giveaway. Super easy for people to start to have a conversation with her and get in touch with her. Mm-hmm. And that's in 30 seconds, right? So that's what we need to do. And that's what I do, is like I just saw with Dory, I got to know her essence. I got to know her loveliness. I also got to understand, because we made like 6 different videos about case studies of people that she's worked with and the difference that it made for your client stories. And out of that comes this website it could have been live already, but she just had so many things going on this summer that we've had to postpone it. But when it does go live, I think it'll convert very highly. And that's what I do. I'm a conversion, lead generating, social media strategist, digital storytelling, British accent, hugging guy. Married to Debbie for 31 years, 3 children. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's where I am.
And how does one go about working with you, and what are your expectations, and what is the cost, and all of that stuff?
Wow. Okay, well, I was just here to help, but I can tell you if you like. So we have 3 different ways that people can work with us. First of all, the easiest way is to go all in, and I could walk you through the all in package. The other package we have is a small group program. where we don't do it for you, but we help and show you everything that you need to do and support you in that.
Mhm.
Or we have a number of plug and play courses where you can just show up and learn and do it yourself. It's all the same content. It's just how we put it together.
Mhm.
So we do a social media boot camp that might be good for your VA, but we don't necessarily want to train a VA who's also then getting that benefit for other people. So I'm not sure if that would be the perfect way to do it. But then you could at least learn what social media should be doing, so you can expect what you can expect and inspect at the same time, kind of thing. We do a content marketing course where we teach people to tell their story in such a way that it converts, and that's over a 3-month period. Or we do a 5-month period where we teach social media, we teach creating content, but we also teach public relations to really get you found in the local and international community through more general media. So TV, radio, newspaper, press, business associations, chambers of commerce. We have a way of packaging you so that you get picked up by lots of other areas as well. And that's taught in a group program. So we can go from as little as $9.97. Some of our clients are literally in the 6 figures, working with us. The full package to do everything from branding to website to story to video to logo to social media strategy and everything in between is about 45,000. And so like Sarah's site that you saw, she did the 2 courses and she built the website with us. So she came in at, she would have come in at about 15. Dory did a lot more because we did a couple of VIP days and we did a lot more video. So Dory came in quite a bit more than that. But actually, probably give me 1 second. I'll share, if that's okay. Share one more thing with you and I'll walk you through it. Where's the page? Here we go. Okay, so this is my website. So this is just an inner page, so you can see my logo up here, but you can see it's me. And this is what we call VIP Platinum, your next evolution. And out of this, what I say to people is, and this could be you, I mean, are you bigger than your brand? That you've done well, you put your foot in the water, you've made money, your marketing served its purpose, but now it doesn't, And what we say is we have a 5-step process that we help people. We position you for mobile and social media so that when people find you online, they really get what your message is. We really work on your branding so people they want to work with you just because the way you look online, it's so well done. We then work on how we connect with people and that free download and how we can really help people and get their email and start to build a list and a conversation so that we go from first to second to third base and then they're ready to hire us. We look at a lot of content that we would get from you and really express what you do sort of through the website. And then we customize the website so it's specifically about you. Because this is what we don't want website shame. We want you to love your website. So, we're very conscious that people struggle with marketing. And what we try to say is, we want to turn you into a superstar. You really are already. It's just the world doesn't know it. So I specifically work with people working through the story, understanding what the story is, and then retelling it in digital fashion. Then I tell that story on the website. So this is like a nursing home who've been in business for since 1987, actually, the year I got married, go figure. So a lot of people don't know them and they don't realize the history that they had. So sometimes we do that. And obviously you've got a lot of history and a lot of letters behind your name. We work around the brand so it looks really good. So when you have these events and people see the merchandising to go with the event, they want to go because it looks so attractive. And then from that, so that's kind of branding that we do. And then from that, we manage the project with you. We make it easy. We don't expect you to write anything at all. We just need time. And then we interview you like we would on Zoom. We record it all, we transcribe it. We have this messaging board where we message backwards and forwards on where we're at and what we need and where we're going with photographs and so on. And then we start to build sites that look amazing. And then from that, we then go deeper with converting the content so that when they read it, it actually takes them to a place of wanting to connect. We look at video, we look at sort of maybe white papers that they might want to download as a freebie. We would look at individual graphics that we create for you. So the point that you're at this point that you love your website. You show it to somebody on your phone. It's almost like showing a picture of your new dog or your baby. You love it that much. And these are some before and after kind of shots of how we do it. There's a video actually of Dory and I talking about our experience together and how she said she felt seen, heard, validated, held, and deeply served in the work that we did and her new logo. And then, sorry, my phone's ringing here. And then similar story with Donna. Donna's in her 60s, but she loves to snowboard still. And we use that very much, branding around, even though she works in a corporate office. Ralph's 65. He was a carpenter. Now his company has grown so much. These are all clients that I've had for a long time. And then the process of me and my team and how we do it and how we work together and what that looks like and what we do and all the bonuses and all the courses. My goodness, it just goes on, as you can see. And then this is my team. This is who you get access to, from web design to SEO for Google, for public relations. Erin's the lady that you met who organized this call for me. And then my whole tech team that work in the office here with me and how we create everything, for people. And that's how we do it. But can you see how going down the page, each piece told a story? And it just keeps scrolling and wanting more and more. And at the end, you think, oh, okay, I get it now. And that's what we need to do for you, however way you might want to do it.
Yeah. It's a lot to think about. It's a whole lot.
There is. The difference is it can make or break a business. In 2018, 2019, it's just how you're found online.
Well, and with this live streaming event, one of the things I really want to fill up every one of these. I mean, my initial goal is there are 70 live seats in there. And then, of course, there are as many live streaming seats as we can handle.
Yes.
So my goal for the first event is to have 70 seats live or otherwise. And then from there, just exponentially.
Yeah. I remember you gave me the dates. I don't have the form open, but what was the first event date?
1/19/19.
That's right. That's quite that looks like a very powerful number to me. I don't know if those numbers add up to meaning anything, but that looks like a very powerful, like, I know 18s are powerful too, but yeah.
Yeah, well, 18 in Judaism actually means life, the word
Right.
life.
Yes.
High.
Yes.
So yeah, I would have to take a look at one.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know Renee, what you're looking for or how I could best help, but what I like to do is just give people a social audit. And I don't want to sort of poke the cracks or anything and make it worse, but I just, when I read the form and then I went, okay, I'll just go online as if I didn't know anything. So if I was to go to Gambling Addiction Arizona or Gambling Addiction Coaches Programs or how to learn how to be a gambling addiction coach, these are all the things that I think you want to be found for. And these would be keywords and phrases that we blend into the website to get you found by Google. We might even do some Google AdWords to be found for those words in a particular state. And then once we've got the events going around that, then when people arrive and they register, what experience are we giving them before they even get there to make sure that they show up? So it could well be that they get a download. They might get a personal video from you in their inbox that says, I'm looking forward to seeing you. This is what we're going to learn. This is what your takeaway is going to be. These are the opportunities I'm going to give during the event to learn more. So the people don't feel like it's a bait and switch or anything. And when they arrive at the event, they already feel that they know you and they've got skin in the game to arrive there ready. Because I did an event on Wednesday and I had 16 people registered and 7 showed up. And it's like, well, what happened to the other 9? They just didn't show. They had no skin in the game. It was very last minute. I was doing it on behalf of somebody else. I wasn't in charge of it. I was just the speaker. But yeah, I mean, the 6 that came, 5 of them decided they wanted to buy the program that we were offering. But so it was a great conversion. But if I'd had 16, maybe 9 of them would have bought or 10 of them bought. So you don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have an event or two before I actually have I need to leave myself some wiggle room financially to get myself off the ground in some other ways. And yet at the same time, I don't underestimate how potent all of this is in terms of getting myself off the ground. It's like,
yes,
very clear.
It's kind of a chicken and egg, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, would you create a specific landing page for this event?
We have a landing page for the event.
So where is that?
It's international. Let's see. I'll send you the flyer, and then you can.
Oh, perfect.
Let me just here. Hold on one sec. You're still there, right?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Okay. What is your email address?
Jonathan, JONATHAN at WeMakeStuffHappen.com.
Okay.
No, not yet.
I think this should be it. I just sent it to you.
Oh, okay, great.
So let's see what happens now.
Okay, come in. Check all my tags because often it goes to a
The landing page. I've partnered with. There's a coaching school that I just finished.
Yeah.
And she must think I'm okay because she just asked me to co-sponsor an event with the whole school. So
fantastic.
Oh, look. Dory's working with. So.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, I'm just waiting for this page to come through. Which email program do you use? Oh, here. Okay, got it. There we go. Okay, so this is a Word document, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's got a registration link, so it'll go straight to the landing page. Does
Okay. Register here. There we go. Integrative coaching. Okay, 9 paths to development beyond. Pitch review. Pitch. I would say looking at this right now, I'm not sure straight out the gate what I would get out of it by going to it. It's almost like this is for you if, and it needs to be a big, a big ass headline. Because all the text is the same. And then I'd love to see a picture of the room. I think that would be very interesting to actually see a picture of the room and what that might look like. Saturday and live streaming available 8 to 4. So are you still waiting to find the room? Because it says location TBD.
So it says what?
It says location TBD, which is to be decided.
Maybe I didn't send you the right. I probably didn't send you the right one. The updated. That's probably what happened. Hold on. But it doesn't have a picture of the room either. So. Okay. Let's see.
Payment link. The payment link works. That's good.
That's exactly what happened. Yeah, I sent you the 1113. There we go. So there you go. But it's going to be really similar.
So let me just show you the landing page that we did for the lady whose event I did. I would say it was done very late. She was yeah. Let me just show you what the landing page looked like for this one. Just see if this might inspire you a little bit. Okay, so it was, are you on top of your social media and PR for 2019? And there's a cityscape of Calgary there, which is where it was. Free training for Alberta businesses. When it comes to marketing, how prepared do you feel? Learn how businesses are dominating the social strategy and leveraging the full power. So straight away up here, they get what they're coming for. Privacy statement there again, which we're big on. Are you showing up where your clients spend their time? And then lovely big graphic of all the different types of people on their cell phones. Some nice big logos about this event, how to get tickets, what time they can come, who the speakers are, a little bit about them, what the room looked like, where it's at, how to get directions, what people are saying about working with us, how to get tickets, and yeah, can you see?
Yes.
How nicely that flows? And so we had 22 people register, so, and we could only hold 20 people, so we oversold it in that respect. But if I go back to, when I go to this, if you can see it, it's got to be kind on the eye, and it's got to be like a wow. A lovely picture of you and a lovely picture of Laurel. I mean, they're great pictures, but so just compare you to me.
Now I can see that the landing page really does have to change. And the nice thing is that even though we have used that, we can certainly take a different create a different landing page for the event.
Yeah.
Like,
and this is just done on WordPress. It wasn't, rented landing. It was just something that we created, kind of thing.
Yeah, that I feel like I could actually create on my own.
I'm sure you could. Yeah.
Or pretty close to it, because
you want people to come to the party.
Right.
It's got to be like, wow, I must be there. It's worth giving a day of my time. $105. I mean, that's dirt cheap for what they're going to get.
Yeah.
And if you can get 70 people, that's not a bad day's earnings. Once you cover your costs and stuff. But they have to want to be there. And I think you got to make the page sexy enough. It's like there's a desirability.
Right.
To come and understand the difference that they're going to get out of being there, and what listening to you and working alongside you might look like. I hope that helps.
Yeah, and there's a real easy question for this event. It's like, have you ever wondered where personality comes from and why we have it?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what the event is all about.
Yeah. So make that your headline. From this, we will revolutionize the way you look at people and think about things. All in less than 8 hours. And to take away, you will be given your own personal. What do they get to take? Do they get the Amigram typing cards or anything? Or
I haven't done any gift for the price of $107 a week.
Oh, I know.
This was going to be like a launch, and I suppose we probably should provide some sort of giveaway. I actually have a book that's the other thing, is I've started 9 books on my own. I've co-published about 4 things and a series of academic papers, but I have started 9 books on my own and never finished one. It's telling
Someone need their feet holding to the flame.
Well, I think someone needs to set boundaries to make time to actually do the thing. It's not about not being accountable. It's that everything else shows up and it gets my attention. It's not the procrastination.
No.
It's the things getting there. There are procrastinators who just sit there and they just can't get their ass moving.
Yes.
That's not me.
No. You're too busy helping people, aren't you?
And not setting boundaries, or not. That's why this whole theme about working smarter and not harder. If I think of the one thing that I want to accomplish in 2019, that will be the umbrella theme, because if I work smarter and not harder, at least one of those books would be done. If I work smarter and not harder, these events would be filled up. If I work smarter and not harder, I have 6 children that I could be spending a lot more time with, as well as my husband, who is like always, are you done with work yet? Are you done with work yet? When can we spend some time together? Yeah. I mean, so the theme for 2019 for me is working smarter and not harder, because I really think that is the key to all the other things that I want to have done, getting done. So that's why, when you say what comes first, the chicken or the egg, it's like, well, I stayed in my agency so long that I paid my employees when I probably should have closed the business 3 years before I did. Can't change that. It's ancient history. But I certainly don't have to do that again. And knowing that I've created that twice in my life, it's a little scary to think about doing that at this time in my life.
Yes.
But if I've already done it twice, why can't I do it again? It's like...
Oh, yeah. You got another 20 years to go. I agree with you.
I'm hoping so. So, yeah, I'd like to work with you. I just have to figure out how I'm going to make that happen and what I really need. And I definitely have got to talk to this virtual assistant because I've been checking on the things that she's asked me to do, but something really funky is going on with my website that wasn't going on before she started playing with it. That's even if it doesn't look good, it's lost some of the professionalism that it once had. So that's putting out that fire first. And
first and foremost, I want to see you right at the top. Yeah, I'm hiring you, and I want to build a relationship with you. So on Website Designer, they call it the hero image. So you're the hero. I mean, ultimately, your client's the hero, and you're the superhero who's going to save them. But for now, in marketing terms, that's why they call it the hero image. So I got to fall in love with you. And I think I've done a really good job at Dory's site with that, because those pictures are just like right there. Her essence is just oozing out of her eyes, with glisten and loveliness. And that's who she is. Mm-hmm. Content, we've almost finished. A couple of things we've still got to finish, but it's very, very close. It'll be done by the end of the year. Mm-hmm. But that's been 3 months. Well, actually, it's been 6 months, but it was 3 months in development. And now we've had 3 months where she just hasn't been able to come back to it. But I've just given you some very general prices. Everything is custom tailored, and we do a needs analysis, and we just say, okay, if we were to do this first, then we could achieve this, or we do this first, or we shelve this piece completely. It would be nice to have, but not need to do. And then we build, around a core. And I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm just, Dory said, you need to speak to Renee. She needs to talk to you. I went, sure, I would love to do that. So
if you were in my position and you heard working smarter and not harder and filling these events would allow me to even do more work with somebody like yourself, where would you begin? And in terms of just trying to get people at least in the door of these events until I can globally create more visibility?
You got to tell that story. And the story would be best coming across probably with you and Laurel together in an environment. I mean, you're in Arizona. I mean, there's some beautiful red rocks and all sorts of cactuses. So find this Zen place that you could set up video. And whether it's the two of you on bar stools or sitting on rocks or by, a brook or a mountainside or wherever it would be, but get some context behind you. So it's just like, oh, where are they? And just say, hey, New Year's coming. Wouldn't you like to know just why you are who you are, or how you got to who you truly could be? Mm-hmm. It's called personality. And we have a way of sharing personality, which is a method that's been used for not just centuries, but for millennia. You may have never heard of it. It's called the Enneagram. And we're going to spend a day together. And it's going to be a very, very exciting day, but it's also going to be a very cost-effective day. And you're going to leave and you will never look at the world again. And we're going to be in Arizona and Phoenix on December 19th. And we'd love for you to join us. And there's a link underneath. And if you're not sure if you should be me, thought, here's a page to our website. Here's a list of the kind of things that I've done in the past. Here's a list of what Laurel's done and what she does. And between the two of us, we're going to blow you away with possibilities to make 2019 your best year yet. Would you like to join us? There's a link right below, and we hope to see you on the 19th. Or something like that. And if you look into the camera and the two of you had good sound and nice steady camera, and I watched that video at the top of the landing page, and you sent that video to people on LinkedIn in Arizona that you think might come, and you get like a direct strategy around individuals, because you only need 70 people. But at the same time, you set up a Facebook event, you create this live streaming opportunity, and would they pay the same price for live streaming as the live event?
If they want continuing education, yeah, credits, yeah. Because that's the other thing, is they're not just paying $107, but they're getting 7 CEs too, which is like, that's like a...
Oh, so the live stream gets them all of the events?
The live stream gets them all of the continuing education units per event.
Okay, I didn't even see that. Wow.
Yeah, they're getting things that they can...
$15 an event. Oh my word. Yeah, you got to make the math such a no-brainer, but we got to make it so enticing. In modeling, it's like what they would call the cleavage shot. there's something there that you can't quite see, but you know it's really attractive. And
Yeah.
there's got to be enough for them to say, I'm in, totally in.
Yeah.
And then you create some hashtags around that for Instagram, do a couple of articles on LinkedIn, post the video on LinkedIn, which you can do, and get them to see the whites of your eyes and the passion in your heart. And that's how I'd get them in the room.
Okay. You'll hear from me again. I'm not exactly sure how and when, but you will hear from me again. I just have to.
How about I send a copy of this video to you, and then go through it, and my blessing to you is that you can use it and hope it goes well.
I really appreciate your time.
You're so welcome. It's great to meet you.
Great to meet you as well.
Have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye.